The narcissist and the empath, their relationship, their connection is often very romanticized. But underneath it all, this toxic imbalance, this dynamic, one that feeds imbalance, manipulation, and pain. And it's so strong. It is magnetizing. But there's a reason why this happens. I haven't talked about this dynamic for a very long time. And I really wanted to revisit this. And I'm going to be talking about the narcissist and the empath dynamic. Watch this video. Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I hope that you're all doing really well. I really do. You know, I haven't talked about this for quite some time, the narcissist and the empath. And there's so many words, there's so many labels to this, like Twinflame, soulmate, higher level soulmate. And what happens is that sometimes this can be romanticized as something more because there is these deep highs and deep lows. It is a roller coaster. The thing is, what you have to remember is, whilst this can feel so exhilarating, so magnetizing, the thing is, it isn't actually healthy, and there are issues to this connection. And a lot of people, especially I've been looking at this not so long ago, especially in the twin flame community. A lot of people romanticize the twin flame connection. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist, but it's very rare. And a lot of the time when you're in these toxic cycles, you can get it wrong and think, oh, okay, so this is my twin flame. I should just let them go. They just need to heal. And then when you hear from them again, you think, oh, okay, so I need to be open because you're thinking about this higher level connection, this spiritual connection. Whilst, listen, I am into my spirituality and I completely do get it and I do understand that whole aspect, so I'm not putting it down. But we are not always in that dynamic. And I'm not saying that you're not special enough or not good enough to be in that dynamic, but ultimately, we really need to look at what is going on here. Now, I'm going to look at all of this, and if any of this resonates, really have a think about, is this person worth it? Because if someone loves you and has true, genuine feelings, yes, there are going to be ups and downs, but it's not going to be this intense. You've got to see it. When someone has issues, okay, you need to see it for what it is, not what you want it to be. Okay, so let's get into the video. So a narcissist will thrive on attention. They will need validation. We all know this. And they're really good at manipulating and controlling others. And because of this, they become this grandiose, this larger than life person. It could be that maybe they're not, they're on the opposite. They're quite covert, they're quiet, but there's something about their aura or their energy that is quite alluring. But underneath that all lies this empty person, this empty shell. There's no substance to this person. Their charm, their seduction is their hook. Manipulation is their weapon. And their ultimate goal is all about power and control. Now, when you're not aware of this, this is alluring. This feels good. If you don't have boundaries, again, this is going to feel good. But then on the other side of that, you've got the empath. Someone who's kind, compassionate, understanding, really wants the best for humanity, for everybody. They're eager to heal and they're very understanding. And then what happens is the empath is drawn to the narcissist's apparent vulnerability. They see that wounded inner child within the narcissist and they just want to heal them. So you bend over backwards, you do everything that you can, you love them unconditionally. But hey, the unconditional love isn't enough. You want to nurture them, you want to understand, you want to make their life happy. But you realize it's not enough. So you keep trying harder and harder, but it's still not enough. But this is what the narcissist loves. They love this about the empath. So why is it that narcissists and empaths usually gravitate together? You'll usually find this dynamic. It's a phenomenon. At first glance, this seems like a natural fit. Of course it does. What one lacks, the other is able to give. And what one lacks, the other one is also able to give. But it's not a reciprocal connection dynamic. The empath's endless need of endless giving, of compassion, feeds the narcissist's unstable mood. Their attention, the validation. So for a narcissist, the empath is everything that they have ever wanted. So now you know, why do you think this this is so hard for the narcissist to let go of someone who is empathetic. This is why they keep you trapped. This is why they manipulate. This is why they gaslight, because they want to keep you trapped. They don't want you to go. Why would they want you to go when this person, you, the empath, is meeting the needs of another who is toxic? Of course they're going to want you to stay. Of course they're not going to want you to go. Why would you need, why? They don't want you to go. They want you to stay. So they trap you. They bend your free will. They try to overpower you. That is what is happening here. And this isn't a love story. It's a cycle of exploitation. The narcissist will get steady supply. Supply meaning that the narcissist will get their needs met, okay, through a variety of ways. So this works for the narcissist. Like I said before, they don't want you to go. But for an empath, it will drain them, because an empath can feel and is very sensitive and understanding to another person's moods, needs, wants. So they're always going to be giving, but there becomes a limit. Like, how much are you going to give? How much are you going to keep giving when you get burnt out? Because the empath is not seeing the results that they are wanting, because meaning if you're giving someone so much love, validation, and all of those things, you know, that person eventually is going to get better, right? That's what the empath thinks. But then over time, the empath will get drained, because they are constantly giving. They're sacrificing. And this is all an illusion created by the narcissist. Can you see how sadistic this actually is? The more that the empath gives, the more the narcissist takes. So then this becomes a toxic cycle. It's a pattern of idealization, devaluing, putting that person down, and then discard. And then let's go around again. And that's the relationship dynamic between the two of them, the empath and the narcissist. It's not going to be any different. It's not going to be any different with another person. The narcissist and the other person I'm talking about with an empath, if you meet someone who's empathetic and is not toxic, then of course the cycle is going to be different. But I'm talking about empath, narcissist. So the narcissist will seek out another empathetic individual because that's what they're craving. That's what they're looking for, those specific characteristics. The idealization, well, that will start off with all the mirroring, all the love bombing, all the telling you what you want to hear. So an empath loves this. Finally, they're seen. They're feeling good, euphoric. Finally, someone sees me and recognizes me for who I am. But this is fake. Once the narcissist has the empath where they want them in their hands, they'll start to devalue them because they've got them. So they'll pull away. This is the push and pull dynamic. Meanwhile, the empath is getting traumatized. And so they're starting to bond to the narcissist and become dependent on them, because that's all that the empath has wanted. The empath is seeing that actually the narcissist was nice to me, and they did do all those things, and now they don't. So I just need to give a little bit more love, and then it's going to be okay. The narcissist is like, yeah, this is happening. This is my thing. So they're going to amp this up. They're going to increase the manipulation. So they devalue. So they put you down. And that empath is then trying to fix this problem because the narcissist is saying that it's their fault. It's the empath's fault. And the empath is confused and there's a lot of self-doubt. And they're just going to listen to what the narcissist says. They're trapped. And then comes the discard. So when the empath is drained, they're not themselves anymore, shell of their former selves, the narcissist will discard. They'll get rid of them. Because the empath is not serving the needs of the narcissist. They're not giving them what they once did. But because the narcissist has drained them of all of their energy, their life force energy, their emotion, that's what's happening. So why does the empath stay? One of the darkest truths of this whole dynamic is that the empath will stay. I think for many of the empaths, they believe that they can heal the narcissist. They feel that if they show them unconditional love, support, and they are there, they're going to be able to heal the narcissist. They feel that unconditional love is going to be recognized at some point, and this will be the making of the relationship. I think a lot of empaths also romanticize the idea of this being a fairy tale relationship, that they've got to keep giving, but at some point the narcissist will crack and it will be okay. And that they will be able to see the error of their ways, and then it will be all right. Another sad factor is that a lot of empaths stay because they doubt their own worth. and they're used to manipulation. So it becomes familiar. It becomes a familiar thing to be put down and all of these things said about them. So that's why an empath may stay. And this creates this trauma bond that makes it very difficult to leave. But the thing is, I think eventually, you know, there is a threshold. I think eventually empaths do see past this, because I think many of you that are watching this video are actually empaths. And the thing is, you've seen through it, you've broken through it. I know, like, it's so hurtful and it's so painful, but you reach a threshold, you reach a point where you just can't do this anymore. So you understand that the relationship isn't about love, and it isn't about conditional love. It's about serving the narcissist's needs. And I feel like a huge part of this is recognizing that this is a cycle of abuse and entrapment, and that it isn't going to be better. It's because this person has emotional issues that are far beyond fixing. Okay, because you wouldn't act like this, you wouldn't behave like this. So guys, if you find that any of the points that have been mentioned in this video have resonated with you, please know that I do offer one-to-one consultations. Please see the description box below for more details. I do also go live on this channel every single Tuesday at 9 p.m. UK time. If you have liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.